what we will be doing is A, learning about what past life regression is and what hypnosis is, and then B, the fun part, going on a few journeys. So we are going to go on a journey to see a past life. We will go on a journey to see and meet our spirit guide or angel guides, and we will go on a journey to see a future life. So by show of hands, has anyone done anything like a past life regression in the past? We've got maybe like 15% of the people in here. Cool. Anyone have a really unique story they want to share that has come up from the past experience? If not, no, that's cool. I'll give you a little background on what past life regression is. It's really a healing modality. So by connecting to a past life through can you guys hear in the back? Good, yeah. By connecting to a past life through a hypnosis session, we can identify and connect with our subconscious. We could connect with the divine, we could connect with source, God, whatever, universe, whatever we want to call it. But a lot of it is our own subconscious programming. And by seeing our subconscious and the stories that we've been maybe repeating for lifetimes, we can understand why our lives are kind of currently going as they are. If we can see a pattern from a past life that's replaying itself in our current life, it can give us a clue as to why things are happening. And so we call this kind of tapping into the subconscious. It's the subconscious program that we're replaying over and over again. Kind of like if you've had a repeating lesson that shows up in your life, like you keep attracting the same type of partner or person in your life that's causing you some grievance or something, or you can't seem to hold on to money for some reason, or you're confused about what your life purpose is, or maybe you have some type of fear or anxiety that isn't immediately obvious as to why you're holding that fear and anxiety. It might be something that's kind of hidden in your subconscious field. And so as we're going around our day-to-day lives, we don't always have the time and space to reflect on what is my subconscious telling me, because we live in a world that is go, 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 and we are almost programmed into fear and scarcity, in that there's not enough time, and I need to be here at this place in my life, or I should be married, or I should be making this much money, or I should be successful, or I should be doing what my parents told me to be doing, or all these things kind of consume us. We don't really have time to reflect as like who we are on the subconscious. So we tend to understand these when we have blocks. We'll go find some therapist, or maybe a plant medicine like mushrooms, psilocybin, or ayahuasca, or hypnosis, to kind of give us more clues as to what's going on in our subconscious field and thin the veil of our kind of egoic minds that's creating these stories that's telling us what we're doing here. But sometimes our egos can get in the way, and we really identify with their egos even more so. When we identify with them, we don't really create the space for any new energy to come in, or for ourselves to be wrong about a situation. It's kind of like a closed-minded space to be living. But when we really open our minds and we become accepting of new ideas, new thoughts, new perspectives, or new ways to really ground into love and not fear, we can see that there's so much more opportunity and less things to be scared of and fearful in life. So a lot of this is about kind of identifying our ego versus our kind of like divine selves, our God-like selves, our higher selves. So I'm just going to invite you all to close your eyes for the next 20 seconds and take a breath, and we'll meet back here in 20 seconds. Awesome. So that was 20 seconds. You guys can come back. And I want you to just be aware of maybe where your mind went in those 20 seconds. What was the chatter going on in there? Was it something that was like judgmental about the situation you're in? Was it something self-critical about yourself, like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, or this is stupid, or what's this guy talking about? Those are all perfectly normal things that might come up in your mind when you kind of stop thinking, close your eyes, and listen to the chatter. So was it our ego, or was it love? Was it based in fear, or was it based in openness and love? If it was fear-based, it was likely judgmental of yourself in the situation and saying, I'm doing this wrong, or this guy doesn't, how does he know what he's talking about, or why am I here, or maybe I should be out on the dance floor. So this is about kind of identifying our ego versus our open, kind of loving selves, or higher selves. And throughout the practice here today, your ego is going to want to come in. This is your conscious mind. It wants to protect you in many ways. It wants to say, oh, this is a scary situation. Let me protect myself from anything that maybe is unknown. So it wants to come in, and it wants to judge. It wants to be the critic. It wants to say, you don't know what you're doing, or I don't know what I'm doing, or this is stupid, or I'm bad at this, or he's bad at this, or that's your ego. And so the ego is really here and the conscious mind is here to help us in many ways. It keeps us safe. It makes sure we look both ways before we cross the street. If there's, maybe you're walking down a street and maybe it's a bad neighborhood, it wants to keep you in check. But in environments like this, there's not really a predator around the corner, hopefully. And we've all had, or know someone that maybe have had predatory experiences, so it's there for a reason to keep us safe. But in a container like this, we really, and when it's really just you and yourself as well, where we're going to be going today, we want to let that left brain mind take a break, because it really drains our energy, and there's nothing to keep us safe from in here. We're just connecting to our higher self. So we're going to activate the right brain, the right mind, and that's where our dream state is. That's where we go at night when we're dreaming. Or if you're artistic and you create, that's kind of where your creator, imaginative mind is. So we're really going to activate that side of our brain today. And as I guide you, if you want to become self-critical of what's going on and say, I'm doing this wrong, or he's doing this wrong, just know that that's your left brain kind of coming in and trying to protect you, but say, thank you, you do enough. This is time for you to take a break, and I'm gonna focus on strengthening the right side of my brain today, which is that dream-like state, the imaginative state, where the magic happens, where our intuition happens. It's where we go when we're in the shower and we get that aha moment because we just relaxed and all of a sudden the answer came to us because we weren't trying to problem solve or think our way out of something. We were in a very relaxed state, and so we could get the aha moment to say, oh, that's where I put my keys, you know, instead of like every time you were looking for your keys, you had no idea where they are and you couldn't find them. Or the idea for how to write your report for work or something, or the book that we have a writing block on. It could be so many different things. But that's where we recognize that right brain, the imaginative, the intuitive, the magical side of our brain to come in and really help us and guide us. And when we can live on that side of our brain during our life can become very synchronistic and intuitive and easy and kind of more in that flow state that we all kind of hope to be in more often than in our thinking mind. You know, that one can be kind of taxing. So hypnosis and past life regression is about tapping into the right side of our brain. And we do that, we get into a trance state so that we can enter that right side of our brain, which is a theta brainwave state. You might have heard of theta brainwave, and that's where our minds are when we're age 0 to 7. So very impressionable years during our lives. And our mind is in that theta brainwave state. And as we come out of that 7-year-old state and start to grow into an adult, we start becoming more analytical and problem solving, and we lose that kind of dreamlike state that we had as kids. But it doesn't disappear. And we go there every day, twice naturally, right before you fall asleep at night and right after you wake up in the morning. You're like in between the dream state and the waking state. And they say that's a very good time to reprogram your mind if you want to add positive affirmations in. So that's where we also go with past life regression. We go into that theta brainwave state and we connect with the higher self and we get the answers that we have in life. So with anything, we get a lot more out of anything when we come into it with intention. So if we have any questions in life, or right now, or at this festival, or any intentions, I'm going to welcome you to kind of focus in on that right now. What is my intention for this workshop? What is my intention for this weekend? And close your eyes and kind of feel into the right side of your brain. Imagine the right side of your brain is turning on, the left side of your brain is turning off, and I'm grounding into my intention for this workshop, for this festival, or for life. What am I trying to get out of it? What information is guiding me to be my best self in this lifetime? Okay, beautiful work, everybody. You can come back with your intention. The right side of your brain is now activated. And we're going to go through a couple of quick visualization exercises. And what does visualization mean? It means seeing with our mind's eye. So we're not necessarily going to see with our eyes like we open them up and see each other in front of us right now. But it's kind of like seeing with that third eye or our mind's eye. And we all do this a little differently. Some people are clairvoyant, where they do see images when they close their eyes very easily. Kind of like the images you see while you're dreaming at night. Some of us are claircognizant, where we see with our thoughts. So you don't have to see with your eyes through a vision, through a picture. You kind of see with your thoughts. Or some of us are clairaudient, where we can see with our hearing. We hear things. People speak to us. We get messages through voices. So there's so many different ways to see with your mind's eye. And whatever works for you, works for you. And if you're not sure, just be open to the idea that it's coming in perfectly for you. And you don't have to try very hard. And just be open to anything that's coming up. And let what's coming up fill in detail slowly. And don't judge it. So whatever happened was perfect for you. And it's your subconscious that's coming in to share symbolism or ideas that are relevant to you in your life. Beautiful. So we all have these memories in our minds. Any other interesting shares before we go into the next visualizing exercise?
I really enjoyed the different smells.
Yeah.
Like caramel popcorn on the
Wow.
carousel and gasoline at the intersection, and I was really focusing on what smells were happening.
Yes. Often, yeah, the gasoline, maybe the exhaust in a busy city,
And
popcorn.
roasted those nuts that they like in New York.
Roasted nuts, yeah, roasted chestnuts, I think. Awesome. So smell is a very powerful thing. If you can already kind of see now you're visualizing with your smell. It's the imagination coming through our senses. We're activating the senses. And as we go into the past lives later, things might come up that feel emotional. Things might come up that you may have been repressing. So we're entering this state of our mind where information is bubbling up to the surface, and it's trying to tell you something. It's trying to share something with you. So if something emotional happens, let yourself feel it, because you've probably not felt it in a long time, and your body and your mind wants to feel these things. And when we don't feel them, we don't allow them, and we shun them, and we're fearful of them, and we kind of shove them down, and we don't talk about them or share them or feel them, they show up in our lives in ways that aren't necessarily always beneficial. Sometimes they could show up as disease or pain or suffering. So usually when somebody has an illness, it's not necessarily the illness that is causing the illness. It is some sort of energy that you're repressing and not dealing with that's causing the illness. So your body is trying to send you a signal saying, hey, deal with your thing. You're not dealing with it. And if you don't get the picture, we're going to keep showing you in more and more intense ways. And so it's a good indication to self-reflect when something's not going right in your body or in your mind or in your life. What's going on? What am I not addressing? So things might come up during this session. I want you to know that this is a safe place to have those feelings. Your body and mind, if they do come up, know that it's a safe place to have those feelings, and allow yourself to have them. And if you don't like to have them, you don't need to have them either. So just let you know that that may come up. The same thing if you've dealt with psychedelics in any certain way, acid or mushrooms or ayahuasca. There's usually a early intense feeling of these things that I haven't been dealing with, and it can be scary. And that's where your purge comes. And if you've ever gotten through one of those moments or a fearful moment, you kind of know that facing it head on is kind of the best way to dissolve it. So kind of look the lion in the face and say, I'm not scared of you anymore. And then the lion turns into a little kitty cat, and you can kind of let go of that fear that you've been holding on to. Okay, so we'll move into the next exercise. You can close your eyes again. This will be our last exercise before moving on to the more fun stuff, if this isn't fun already. It's fun for me. Okay, great. You can open your eyes, come back. Was anybody able to taste the food or smell the food that they were eating? Yeah? You want to share anything that you were tasting or eating?
Stuffed bell peppers.
Wow. Beautiful.
Mine was Thanksgiving dinner with the family.
Thanksgiving with the family. Awesome. Anything else? Any interesting meals?
Mine was a meal. Go ahead.
Say it again.
A goblet of wine.
A goblet of wine.
There you go.
Beautiful.
I gotta eat with it.
And could you taste the notes of the wine and smell the wine?
Not
Yeah.
really, but
Yeah.
it felt like everybody was drinking it.
Beautiful. Awesome. So if you can tap into taste, and you can tap into smell, you can tap into seeing the glass of wine and the people around you, you're doing a fantastic job. And if you can't do that yet, don't worry. It's all still happening for you. You're doing perfectly. And try not to judge yourself if you feel like you're having a hard time visualizing. It's all still happening in the subconscious field. And we're opening up a window here. This is a 3-day window as we move into this. So the messages that you're looking for, the intentions that you set for yourself, they may still be coming if you don't see anything in this workshop. They may come in your dream later tonight, or when you're taking a shower and you let that left analytical mind take a break and you fall into accidentally that right side of your brain. Maybe when you're driving out of here in a couple of days and you're cruising down the highway for 3 hours and you don't have a choice but to kind of like fall into that unconscious mind where the ideas just come. Oh, the aha moment came. So no judgment about where you are right now. You're all doing perfectly, and allow the magic to happen. So this is going to be a simple light level, and I want you to just relax and believe in the magic that's going to happen. And past lives can look like many different things. They don't have to always look like a life as a caveman or in the 1920s or as a Native American or as an Egyptian pharaoh. They might very well look like that, but they also might look like living on a farm and tending to the potatoes and feeding your family, because that's what a lot of people's lives are, and past lives have been. It's just very monotonous things. And other past lives may be on other planets or in other dimensions or as other conscious beings, like as a squirrel or as a tree or as a flower. So whatever is happening is right for you, and let your mind explore and dive in. Any questions before we move into the next part of the session? Awesome, you're all doing great. Okay, eyes closed and relax. Now, my egoic mind tends to come in as well during these sessions. I'm thinking, I don't think any of these guys are getting it. I'm not doing a good job. I don't know what's going on. And then I'm always amazed afterwards when I open it up to see what comes up for people, where they have gone. So I'll open the floor as you're finishing up writing to see if anyone had something interesting or fascinating come up that they'd like to share.
I got piked off a horse.
You got piped off of a horse?
Piked, like in battle, like
Wow.
like a long spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, by not like a soldier though, but by like somebody not dressed like a soldier or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you were jousting or something.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, something.
Wow. And was that the last day of your life?
That was the last day, yeah.
And were you
And my house was really dark
Yeah.
and nobody was in it.
Yeah.
It was like, and then when I first got there, I was like standing in a really dark entryway, like, and it was raining,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It was like gloomy outside, like I was just standing there.
Yeah.
That's where I was there for a while.
Beautiful.
And then,
And when you were able to reflect on the life after you passed in your jousting, were you able to see a purpose or a lesson of the lifetime?
kind of in a way,
Uh-huh.
like in a way, it kind of felt like, I don't know, my purpose was somebody else's purpose. Like it seemed like, I don't know, kind of felt like a guard dog or something,
Right. Yeah.
right? So that's
There
about it.
might be some like symbolism there as to how it's reflective of your current life. So these are things that we can reflect on as the messages and the symbolism kind of comes through. And often when we identify with a past life or something that maybe was traumatic that happened in a past life or not, but just by making the connection helps us connect more deeply with ourselves and heal ourselves. So I welcome maybe one more share if anybody has something.
Mine was really interesting.
Yeah, please speak loud so we can all hear.
Okay, so it came back to a dream that I had, and in the dream, I just remembered being in like a kind of like a bunker with my family.
Yep.
And I was a little boy, and there was like flies and locusts, and then I saw death with a scythe, and that was the dream.
Yep.
But when I came back to this, I remember rolling and playing in the grass with my siblings, and I was a young boy, and we were just laughing and having the best time of our lives. And then all of a sudden we had to run to the bunker to be safe, and it was cramped and dark, and you could hear the locusts outside. And I looked at my dad for reassurance, and we had this like look at each other just to know that everything was going to be okay. And actually, my dad, I think it was my husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was him, and it was my safe space. And then I just remember seeing death with a scythe, and everything went black.
Wow. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, oftentimes in this space, like Abby was able to share, she was able to correlate her father being her husband in this lifetime. So we can get glimpses into seeing how our soul goes on journeys with different people, and they support us in different ways during different lives, and why we might be attracted to different people in our current life, and how they're representative of different energies from past lives. Yeah, please.
It also brought up a lot of emotion from my sister passed away when I was 9.
Yeah.
She had cancer, and just being in the field with my siblings and like getting to connect with my siblings again.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I miss it so
Beautiful.
much.
Yeah. So this is like really opening up these access channels to those memories, to that love, that deep feeling of like playing with your siblings, you know, that sometimes we forget, we get disconnected from, and our subconscious wants us to know and feel that, and remember that they're always here with us, you know, that those memories, those feelings, that energy is always here with us if we're kind of willing to open up and be open to that field of love and remembrance. So beautiful share. Anything else that came up for anyone that wants to share?
I'll share.
Yeah, please.
So I came to your last one that you did, and I was so curious to go through it again. I was going to end up in the same place, but I ended up someplace totally different.
Okay.
And both instances was just full of so much abundance in my life. Like both times it was like such amazing community and abundance, and it gives me so much like happiness and peace, because I've always felt like there was generational trauma, and so to have like these beautiful like past lives is like so positive.
Beautiful. Yeah. So beautiful. And that's what your like subconscious for both of you, everyone that shared, it wants you to feel those things and remember those things and connect to that energy. And as we connect to that energy, we can welcome that into our lives again if they might not kind of currently be here, so that we can connect to those feelings of love and family and abundance, and kind of get out of the program of scarcity and fear that the world kind of inflicts on us in many ways, and that we forget that we don't need to sign ourselves up for. We don't need to participate. So beautiful shares. We'll move into the next journey, which is to meet our spirit guides or angel guides, whatever that looks like for you. These are your guides that are always with you, helping you, supporting you. You don't always know they're there. We don't always see them, but they're there, and we'll go on a journey to meet them here today. And they could come in many shapes and sizes, and however they want you to see them is how they want you to see them. So no judgment. Whatever comes forward for you is perfect for you. So relax, close our eyes, take a deep breath. There's often some common themes about what people experience. Some people may see an old man with a long white beard that looks like a wizard. Some people may see a Native American Indian chief with a big headdress. Some people may see an animal, a bear, or a lion, or a cat. Whatever you saw was right for you. Some people see fictional characters that look funny. Some people's guides and angel spirits have very interesting names. I find the most unique and interesting names come out of this experience. I often record my own sessions and go back and listen to them. The last one I recorded to and listened to, I fell into my own trance state, and I woke up in the middle of it during the spirit guide session, and I remembered meeting a baby giraffe whose head was in my lap, and the baby giraffe had no teeth, and it was kind of just gumming my hand. My hand was in its mouth. It was just like the sweetest, most loving little creature that showed up for me, kind of accidentally, as I fell into my own trance state. So curious to hear if anybody has a spirit guide that they want to share in their experience. Yeah, in the back, Abby.
I saw like an ethereal being,
Huh?
and it was a woman, but it didn't look like my grandma, but the presence was my grandma.
Yeah.
And she gave me an old jewelry box, and inside of it was a metal chain snake.
Uh-huh.
And the message was that life is ever fluid and you're never stuck.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so your guide wanted to show up and represent themselves as your grandmother.
Yeah, my maternal grandmother.
And did they have a name, or was it your grandmother's name?
I think it
No
was my
name?
grandmother's name.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That's what I felt that it was.
Yeah. And so you can connect to that guide and spirit anytime you like and ask it questions and know that it's there for you. Any other interesting guides?
Mine was like the face of an owl,
Uh-huh.
and the face kept morphing in between my own face and that of the owl.
Oh, beautiful.
And when I spoke to it, it said it had no name because it was more the embodiment of the owl within myself, and to
Yeah.
remember the characteristics that the owl embodies, like wise and self-assurance and like deep knowing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Beautiful. Any other interesting shares? Yeah.
I saw an owl too initially, and
Uh-huh.
then it transformed into this Native American guy who I've worked with before journeying in the past. Is a Native American guy, and he came out. His name's Don, and he wasn't wearing a headdress or anything. He was wearing like blue jeans, like he was dressed like normal.
Yeah.
And then the box was cool. There was like a bunch of gold coins in it, and underneath all the gold coins where it was this treasure map, and it was like a treasure map to love. And it
Nice.
was really cool, actually. It was like, this is the little heart. And I couldn't get out what the message was though, but it's something about, so I had a dear friend passed away like 2 days ago, and it was about Kim who passed away. It was like, but I couldn't get the message out, but it was about her. I just remembered that, and I was like, what is it? Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. And again, we're opening up this kind of field here, and if you have more questions about these journeys, you can ask yourself, like a good time to do that is before you go to sleep at night. And sometimes the messages will come to us in our dreams, or maybe like first thing when you wake up in the morning, you'll have that kind of aha moment. That happened for me recently, which is really cool. I woke up, like I had the answer to one of my problems the second I woke up and said, da 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 da. I was like, whoa, that's perfect. I didn't know where it came from, but it's like we're in that state of mind where those answers can come in really easily. So beautiful. If there's any other shares, open the floor. Otherwise, we'll move into our last journey. Any other shares? Awesome. So the last journey is into the future. We'll see a future life. We're not going to go into the future 5 or 10 years because we really don't want to get data points on our current lives. That kind of robs us of our free will in our moment to be present. So we're going to journey into a future life, either 100 or 200 or 300 years down the road. If anybody's still living in 100 years, kudos to you. We'll find out if you choose that path. But yeah, we'll dip and take a glimpse into the future. Usually there's some common themes about what you might see in the future, especially depending on what door you might have gone through. How many people went through door number 1? How many went through door number 2? And 3? Oh, we got like an even distribution. Usually, door number 1, you might see like an apocalyptic world where some natural disaster might have happened. Door number 2, maybe some more interdimensional alien stuff might be going on. Maybe something on a spaceship or a spacecraft where we've had to leave planet Earth. Door number 3, sometimes we might just see ourselves as energy. Whatever you saw was perfect for you. Those are just some common themes. I think last time I did this to myself, I went through door number 2, and I saw myself as a really, really tall, thin, gray alien that was living in a high-rise apartment complex. And I was like above the clouds. It's probably like on the 150th or 200th floor. And it was a very simple, modern apartment building. I kind of just felt like myself, but an alien in the future.
I had a similar.
You had a similar one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of common overlapping threads. And what door did you go through?
3.
3? Okay, cool. Nice. Any you want to describe it in any more detail than that?
There was just a lot of love and abundance and pride in what I had created, and it was a progression from where I had started into this place where I was very proud of what I had done.
Beautiful.
And there was just like a lot of people that I held dear and loved. And
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Any other interesting shares about a future life?
Mine was interesting.
Yeah, you got all the interesting ones. I love
Yeah, I went through door number 2,
it. Okay.
and I was like a gypsy
Uh-huh.
healer.
Yep.
And it felt like you said focus on one important day, but in my life, every day was important because I was healing and seeing seeing myself help people.
Yeah.
Have people improve their lives. But it was kind of weird because we were like interdimensional, like we could hide ourselves from danger, just like, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
We could veil ourselves.
Very cool. You had some superpowers. Yeah. I love that. Any other interesting shares? Yeah, in the back?
I picked one.
Uh-huh.
I was a cyborg. I
Yeah.
had 2 cyborg kids.
Hey.
But they still crave meat, so I had to go out and hunt meat. And then
Wow.
I was praying for the rain so the garden would grow.
Wow, beautiful. So cool. Any other interesting shares? Yeah.
I went through door number 1, and I felt like G-forces, like I was traveling super fast. I don't know if it was like a jet or like I just felt like I was being pushed, and that was like my job.
Okay.
And I was a man, and I had 2 daughters,
Mm-hmm.
and I was happy. I had like a wife,
Yeah.
and when I died, they were like with me.
Awesome. So sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No apocalypse.
Did anybody have a
It was better
dystopian
than the bad
apocalypse?
life.
Yeah, good. Well, I think we're at like a beautiful, loving festival, so we're all in the frequency of love and beauty and health and wealth and abundance. So that's awesome. So yeah, this was the workshop. I'll stick around if you guys want to talk more about it. If you're interested in staying in touch, I have a sheet here where I could collect names and emails and phone numbers. I also have business cards. If you wanted to grab one of those. I also have little gifts if anybody wants a 0.1 microdose of psilocybin. I've got little capsules on the table over here. Jeannie can help you get connected to those. But also would love to stay in touch, or if anyone wants to sit and discuss any more, happy to stick around. So thank you all so much for playing and participating and tapping into your subconscious field. And go home and think about your experiences and what they mean, and what is the symbolism behind it all, and how it relates to your current life, because we're really all here trying to live our best lives now. Thank you. Oh,
All
thank
all
you.
three of what I
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.